This is your step-by-step guide on how you can get a grade 9 in GCSE biology. This video is part of a new series where I outline actionable steps that you can take to get grade 9s in all of your GCSEs, so make sure you follow along if you want to see my top tips for every single one of your exams. My name's Tilly, I got all grade 9s in my GCSEs and I want to give you my top tips on how you can get those grades as well. Okay, let's kick this off. Like with any GCSE science, you have got so much content to cover. You need to know it all, understand it all, and critically be able to apply it in the exam in a time-pressured situation. If you can do all of those things, it is the equation for success. So before you do any revision, you need to understand that you only need to know what is on the specification, but there is a caveat to this. They can't ask you anything that's not on the specification. The specification is a document that literally just outlines the only things that they can ask you in an exam. So you should be using this document, which is issued by your exam board, so you can literally just go on your exam board's website. So Edexcel Science for me, 9 to 1, GCSE Biology, higher. When you're doing a topic in class, you need to know what area of the specification that corresponds to, so you can basically use it as a checklist and be like, right, I understand this, I understand this. If you understand everything on there, there's no way you can do badly. The caveat, however, but if you learn everything that's on the specification and just sort of remember it, you are going to A, have a really hard time remembering it, and B, you're not really going to understand how to apply it in an exam in a longer answer question. And you need to know how to apply it in order to get the top marks. There were so many things in GCSE biology that I just didn't get first time around, and that's why I found using those big thick textbooks really helpful. I'll show you the one that I used. It was this bad boy, if you know, you know. The thing with these big fat textbooks is that they include information that is not on the specification. You don't need to know it, but in order to get your head around things that are happening, I think it's really helpful. I remember a topic that actually haunted me at GCSE was the kidneys. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why I had to know it. I didn't understand what dialysis is, who would need it. And that textbook saved me. That textbook absolutely saved my grade. Don't fill up your head with this irrelevant information, but at the same time, do use information that's not on the specification in order to get your head around things that are on the specification. I will tell you this, for every single science, YouTube is your best friend. Biology is an incredibly conceptually difficult subject, and likelihood is you won't get everything the first time round. Often all you need is it explained to you in a different way. So buy another teacher on YouTube. And there are hundreds, literally hundreds, of YouTubers that will explain to you a topic in a different way. That's what I used in my GCSEs. If there was a topic I didn't understand in the class, I would go home, I'd watch a YouTube video on it, try some practice paper questions until I got it right. And I think the most effective thing that I did for GCSE biology was using flashcards that incorporated diagrams. Especially importantly for when you've got smaller diagrams. So think about the nervous system and the various different synapses. It's been years since I did biology. I was very much having the diagram on one side and the question on the other, what does this synapse look like? Or for topics that I found really hard, I would have a diagram on each side of the flashcard, and then the question would be something like, where is the mitochondria? Correct answer highlighted on the other side. And you might be like, this sounds so time consuming to do for every single diagram that you found hard. It's an element of revision. Making flashcards and drawing out diagrams I found was actually really effective to revise. And no, I don't mean spending hours making a really beautiful diagram of the heart. That is a bit of a waste of time. The process of drawing it out, I don't know, I found it was easier to visualise after I'd done that initial bit of revision. If you like this video, then comment what subject you want to see next and follow along for the rest of the series on how you get grade 9s in the rest of your GCSEs.